I'm picking up a van in about half an hour, and I'm going to use that to start touring the country, really.
Now, I was fortunate enough that the person who I sat next to on the airplane ended up being super nice, and her and her partner dropped me off at my hotel room and gave me a cookie pie, which is apparently a thing. Definitely recommend it if you're in New Zealand.
So I'm in Auckland and trying to pick up the van. The cars are on the wrong side of the road from my perspective, and I think the driver's seat is as well. So I got to figure that out. I'm picking up a van in about half an hour, and I'm going to use that to start touring the country, really.
Now, I did get the car right away, and I took a lot of pictures of the entirety of the exterior, which I recommend anytime you rent a car anywhere. And then I found a place to eat breakfast and just reviewed my travel plans, which I had put together ahead of time. But then once you get there, it does take a little bit of kind of understanding what the road patterns are. The biggest change was roundabouts and the different side of the road for me, so I did review some stuff that I had previously gone over. Now, personally, I'm a very big breakfast person, and I do have to say New Zealand is absolutely on it as far as cafes and bakeries go. All the food was fantastic. After finishing breakfast, I headed to Mount Eden because it was a fairly short drive from where I was eating, I felt, and I could manage that at that point. So then I hiked up to the top and took in some of the views of Auckland before heading into the city itself.
So I was on YouTube several years ago, and I saw a video of Adam Savage looking at a special effects studio exhibit in New Zealand. So I added to this document I have called The List. I might talk about that at some point. It's a thing I do. But anyways, so I put it on the list several years ago because it's my place to save things that I would love to see someday, but maybe I don't get a chance to, but at least I know if I'm going there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go check that out. It's Weta Unleashed. It's like a workshop for people who did all the special effects for Lord of the Rings and some other stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. I'm really excited. This is several years that I've been looking forward to this.
So I was very excited for this because I had seen that they have two exhibits, one in Auckland and one in Wellington. I chose to go to the one in Auckland because it was more open. The one in Wellington is more of a production space, so they don't really let you take as many photos and kind of get into it. But it was great to see what they had to show, and it was a very cool way to see hands-on how they make different effects in different films.
That was awesome. Now I have to figure out where I'm sleeping, so I'm probably just going to start driving south and see if I can find a campground.
Along the way, I stopped for some food and then checked one of the apps that I have for a place to stay. I ended up choosing this parking lot because it was conveniently located and looked pretty easy to get in and out of. Yeah, I'm kind of playing it by ear, but I have a few things that are scheduled times. The rest of it's sort of just general play by ear. So I've been taking suggestions from people I've met and some stuff on social media. So it's been kind of interesting to just kind of play it by ear. I just know where I physically need to be each day, and then I'm just enjoying the travel. But it's a bit cold. So far, so good. Thank you so much for watching part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, which I'll continue to produce as I go through my trip from Auckland to Wellington.